Mike McCool here with the Royal Examiner. I'm on location. I'm at the CHEO Community Garden. I guess my sign says Victory Garden, so I guess it's been a victory for you, haven't it? With me is Fern Vasquez. And what we're doing, we're down here at the garden, and we have several people with us this morning. We have people from the Salvation Army, Fishes and Loaves, and C-CAP. So we're going to talk about how the garden has affected their organizations in just a few seconds here. But Fern, tell us what's been going on in the last couple weeks since we spoke last.
Well, the garden's been growing a little bit more.
I see that. We've got a lot of, and you've got volunteers already out here, and I was talking to them earlier. They all seem really excited about helping.
Yes, they are. We have, and these are what I call our hardcore repeat volunteers.
Right.
These are people who are down here like 4 days a week. Dominique Johns brings her kids down here, and then they leave buckets around for me to pick up. And so, yes. We could still use more pickers.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I could
always
see the
use
things
more pickers. Yes.
It looks like a few things are ready to blossom here.
They are. It's just getting ready to.
Well, the tomatoes are green, so it won't be long, and they're going to be.
It won't be long until we'll
red.
see a little red sea of tomatoes over there.
So what was going to happen is we're going to have an abundance of fresh produce.
Yes.
So what are we going to do with it?
We're going to continue to take it to our outlets, and it's the timing I think is good. We've been, taking what is ripe to basically 3 outlets,
right?
That you just mentioned, and then in August, I think maybe the demand for it will increase as well. So we will continue our daily, and I don't take every day to every outlet, but
right.
We take every day, just about.
Oh, that's the thing with fresh. You have to do it.
You have to do it when it's fresh.
When it's ready to go.
Right.
Well, let's get Larry to come in here from C-CAP. Larry, it's nice seeing you again.
Yeah, good to see you, Mike.
So, what do you do with all this stuff?
Well, we give it out to our clients, or literally anybody else who shows up at the door. Mm-hmm. If they show up at the C-CAP door and they're not a client, we encourage them to get an application so they can get access to all those services that we have. But otherwise, we'll give it to them, let them go with it. We're actually giving out more food these days, I think, as Loaves and Fishes now is doing too, because our opening times have been shortened. So we give out a lot of food. But I have to tell you, a key point here, in our population, C-CAP people and others, they have limited access to fresh food.
Right.
It's too expensive. A lot of them don't have any way to get there. So this is a key population that we're giving access to due to the Victory Garden to donated food and other places. So it's really important to get the fresh foods to them. About 4 years ago, we started a fresh food initiative in C-CAP. We got a grant from the food bank, regional food bank, and we got a double-wide cooler. And now we stuff it with fresh milk and cheese, butter, produce, and so forth. And it's been a real hit with our clients.
Well, it looks like the garden has help that along.
The garden is another point of access for us. This is a backup. I mean, now we're in a stream right now of the food where we're not running out. We used to run out every 2 or 3 days.
Right.
And so now we've got continuous access. So we are the outlet for our people, but we also give our food to other people. We may give it to a congregation if they need it for hot meals. We'll give it to the senior center or anybody else that needs it. So we have our little sub-outlets below.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff that you talk about fresh has that expiration date on it.
It sure does.
So we need to get it out. And the schools, I notice, are sending out. Seems like we have more food than we can eat.
Well, it's actually true. It's been, we went through the hoarding period in the beginning.
Right.
It's still going on. Lowe's people tell you if you want to buy a freezer, it's hard because they sell them as soon as they get. But now we've got our emergency inventory out at Riverton. We've got our C-CAP pantry full. But we are anticipating in March that we'll probably get a spike, and that food could leave very quickly.
Right.
But I think the garden will go on for a while into the fall.
Right, right. Well, Larry, I know you do a great work there at C-CAP, and appreciate you've been doing it a while, and it's a hard work. I've talked to some of your, I want to call them volunteers, but volunteers that you have over there, and they do a good job. They're committed to doing it, so I really appreciate it.
They do a great job. It's a rewarding work. But we have our partners, Loaves and Fishes and Salvation Army and others, and we kind of are a community within ourselves. We talk to each other a lot. We trade food, and we just together want to keep the community fed.
Well, speaking of Fishes and Loaves, Let's get her in here. We'll sneak her in. We're trying to social distance as much as we can here. So tell us a little bit about Fishes and Loaves.
Well, we've been at that location about 5 years, and we are starting to creep up in needing food. This is wonderful because, as you know, we do get vegetables from other places here and there, but it's usually seconds. It's after it's been sitting around a while, and we are feeding this to the people who are vulnerable to health problems. They don't have health care. They have a lot of health problems, and these are the people we're feeding second-rate vegetables. So this way they're able to get vegetables at the most nutritious point.
Garden fresh.
It's garden. I mean, if you went to the farmer's market, you'd be paying premium price for this, and it's delivered to us for free. That's amazing. I mean, to get it delivered to your door for free.
Fern actually brings it to you, doesn't she?
Right. And I mean, we have determined Loaves and Fishes is part of the St. Lucie Food Project, part of Catholic charities throughout the diocese, and we've determined it's 74 cents a pound to deliver to get food to a client. So this is huge, and Fern made a delivery, what was it, Tuesday?
Yesterday I did.
Tuesday, it's gone. I mean, it's the first thing we put in the carts. We put, eventually it all gets used, but but we try to push that out first so our clients get it at it.
How do you differ between you and C-CAP?
We don't much. We share clients, and a lot of clients need both of us, need all of us. I mean, it really is a group effort, and we keep in touch with each other. We all feed anybody who comes to our door. Right. So, and I think it's nice because I think we've got about the whole week covered between our hours and Salvation Army, you guys. We've got everybody covered. So really between that, and we also provide food to the community table that serves hot meals. No one in Warren County or Front Royal needs to go hungry.
Right. They're hungry because they're not doing their part.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
They
but
just got to
really,
pick up the phone,
they
call
don't
somebody,
know. Maybe,
or they don't know.
Maybe they don't know.
Well,
so,
we're going to tell
them. Really, between all of us, really, we can feed people.
Well, we appreciate all the things you do. I know it's a hard work. It's unrewarding sometimes, but you have to get your own reward out of it. I know you're laying up treasures in heaven, so that's
okay.
You like that?
There you go. Yeah.
Let's talk to.
I'm Lieutenant Fadler.
The new lieutenant.
I'm kind of new to the area.
You're kind of new, so this will give you an opportunity to introduce yourself.
Absolutely. So I'm Lt Michael Fadler, and I've just came into the Front Royal community not too long ago. But what I think is so powerful is that I've immediately seen the impact of this wonderful garden, and I met Fern a few times, and it's just very interesting because the Salvation Army, we've been meeting needs with our partners, Loaves and Fishes and C-CAP in this area, because we have people that are food insecure.
Right.
The answer is they are food insecure, and through regulations, we get food in, and we can help them a certain amount of times a year under FDA standards. However, we've been such blessed by this garden and by also other partners to have food available for anybody that walks in the door, and I think we've heard that a few times.
Right.
But what's been so amazing about it is also the aspect that we talked about, which was this food is wonderful, it's fresh, it's it's nutrient giving, but it's just amazing. It's amazing.
Right from the garden.
It's amazing, and that's what people need, because if you give them a bunch of canned goods, yes, they can make a couple meals, but they're missing out on those fresh produce items that can actually give them something nutritious, something healthy, something fulfilling that they can have for their family. Because a lot of these people we help are not just individuals, they're families, and so we're helping them have an opportunity to feed just everyone.
When the fresh produce comes, there's a mental something too when you're doing it and preparing it and eating it, other than just opening up a can.
It's true.
There's a physical aspect of it, I think, of like this is really good stuff. I mean, you know.
Absolutely. And then you could also see it in the quality of what it is. We got
There's
some
a lot
cucumbers
of love out here in this
we
food.
got some cucumbers and squashes and zucchinis that came in, and I was like, I don't think I've ever seen anything this big even in the store. So whatever we're doing down here is wonderful.
They're putting the Miracle Grow in the irrigation system.
Could be, but either way, it's wonderful to have this resource in our community because it's clearly meeting a need and it's helping people like us just to be the next step and giving people hope.
Oh.
COVID's really destroyed our hope.
That's it. That's it. When hope is gone, it's all is gone. I think sometimes.
Yeah.
We need to.
And another thing about that is, even when COVID's out of there, we still will have a need of people that have to have food insecurity. And as we're trying to figure out what's going to happen with schools coming back and so forth and so on, people that are in the lower income that are leaning in on food stamps and so forth and so on are going to have more meals that they're going to have to provide for their children. And so I thank God for the opportunity for this partnership between everybody in this neighborhood, in this city, because we're meeting a need, and I think we're building forward to really just bless people as much as we can.
Well, thanks so much, Michael. I appreciate you, and congratulations on your new appointment.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
I guess we'll call that a graduate.
Thank you very much.
You came in at a really good time. So.
I believe so. God has blessed us, but thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Fern, come on back in here again. What we're going to do, Fern, is there any, Betty, come on here, Betty. So I noticed you're one of the volunteers that work down here at the garden. This is Betty Schauer, so from Few Self Florists. But are you helping Fern in this delivery?
Not a whole lot.
I know you're a picker.
I do a lot of storage space at the flower shop for them after they get it picked and stuff. But I need to give a big shout out to all the volunteers and everybody that's been helping. They've done a fantastic job, and as you can see, the garden is really growing big. And we can always use more volunteers. I've been getting emails with people asking if they have extra, what can we do with it? I said, bring it to the store. We'll distribute it.
Right.
Definitely.
Good. Because this is garden season.
It is.
There's a lot of gardens in Front Royal.
Yeah.
I know that. You see them growing, and it's amazing how much food you can grow in such a small space.
It is. It is. This is
a good example of it.
a lot bigger than I ever thought it would be.
Well, I thought, oh, this is so small, you'll not really get anything out of there. And it just keeps giving and giving and giving, doesn't it?
It does, which is really fantastic for our community and all the help we've gotten from our community.
Well, it's a great thing. Hopefully, and we'll tell this to Fern because she hasn't done much this year.
She's done most of it.
We know that. But I think this will spur off more gardens maybe next year.
Yes.
And we have some partners now that have seen the fruit of your labor, and hopefully this will encourage others to participate and get their shovels and rakes and tillers and get busy planting next year.
Right. I've had a couple of people tell me there's going to be a couple of extra gardens next year.
Oh, good. We appreciate
So that'd be
that.
really nice.
All right. Any last comments, Fern?
I just want to agree with Betty and shout out to the volunteers. Without their help, this would not have worked. So I am so appreciative, and I'm also appreciative of the cooperation of the county and officials who plowed it. And I think also we cannot go without mentioning the Eastons who provided us the plot.
And a water source.
And a water source,
It's one thing to have a garden place. It's another thing, where are we going to get the water from?
Exactly. There were a lot of people who were inquiring as to could we do a garden where, and things just didn't come together because they didn't have the water source. But everything came together well on this. So it's a broad effort. And a lot of people helped, and that has to be very clear.
It sounds like there was a little divine intervention
there could have been
in this whole project.
Right.
And I was talking to a couple of volunteers there that they've been doing it and rode their bicycles down here. They said they're coming down almost every day.
And
they said they really enjoy it.
Justin and Marisol.
Yes, they said they enjoy it.
And what they have done is to help string up the vegetables, which gives makes it better for the vegetables, more production. So their help Justin and Marisol's help has been critical. Marisol is also a picker. So, I mean, the input that we've had to this has been, it could not have been successful had we not had it.
Well, hope everyone can hear us. We're competing with the crew here doing some construction. they were nice and quiet when we got here. So,
Yeah.
But hey, Mark, see if you can zoom in there with those people over there working. And what we want to look at is you can see them nice tomatoes growing on those vines, and they will be ripe here in the next probably week or so.
Probably.
And but don't try to break in and steal them because this has got an electric fence on it.
Could I add one more thing?
Sure,
Mike?
Fern.
Okay, so if you notice, if you're looking out there, you'll see children. Okay, so moms with their kids have been coming out and picking. A good example is Dominique Johns and her children.
Right.
But there have been others who have said, I need to get my kid needs some exercise and needs some outdoor. And community service is something very good to have on your kid's resume as they're going up in the grades.
Well, if you want something for your children to do, this is a good place for the told them to do it.
Right, exactly.
It's great.
Exactly.
And you encourage it. You got plenty of supervision. Of course, we want the parents to be
Yes,
here
the
with them.
parents
Don't just drop your
absolutely
kids
need
off.
to. Right.
But if that was the case, you would have more kids here.
That would be true, but we would need about 5 volunteers just managing them.
Well, you know, school will be starting up here soon, but we have plenty of time for the harvest in August to get some people down here to help Fern and her crew here to get these things weeded. Still need weeds out of there, and get some things picked and help her out. She's doing a lot by herself, I know, in the deliveries. But it's
I have help. I have help with that too.
Well,
Yeah, I have help.
Fern won't take
She's
any
quite
credit.
busy.
Fern won't take the credit, but we know she's spearheading this, and she's got a lot of volunteers that help her because it's a great work. It's a great work, and we really appreciate all the effort that you have done, CHEO, the Salvation Army, Fishes and Loaves. It's just a great community coming together to help, not even just the less fortunate, but helping our whole community come together with love and hope, and we really appreciate everything you do, okay? Thanks again, Fern.
Can I make one more?
Betty. Sure, Betty, come on.
I'd like to thank Sherwin-Williams for donating all the buckets.
Absolutely.
To help us put them in, the veggies in. And Jason Neal, who comes down every now and then and mows.
Right.
And cleans up.
He's a hard worker.
He is.
Well, there's a lot of people that things have just come together when you needed it, like the irrigation system. You can check out some of the previous videos we've done. We've talked about the irrigation, how it just miraculously appeared when you needed it. And,
that was fabulous.
And all the fence, and you know, people show up with things and help install it and donate money when you need it. So you can still use a few more donations and a few more help people to help. So Larry's got a comment. I can tell.
One thing we forgot to say was when we give this food to the clients, they really appreciate it.
It's true.
They thank us kindly.
They're not expecting it, are they?
No.
They don't really expect fresh produce because over the years they've never received it.
No, they're stunned to see what they're getting.
Yeah.
Well, that's fabulous.
Well, we again appreciate everyone that's been involved. There's a lot of people here you can see working, and we appreciate you watching and giving your support. You can go to their Facebook page. It's CHEO, C-H-E-O. You just put that in, you can't miss it. And we'll put all those links in the story as well. Again, we appreciate everyone here in our community that helps out, and we appreciate you for supporting it. Thanks again.